Welcome to the Trading Lounge and the European Indices. And as you know, we've been counting 5 waves up from the low here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and ABC for 4. And we're poking around for a high here for wave 5, which can be in place. But the alternative is this is a wave 4 here rather than under here. And if that's the case, then we'll see another little move up through here. But yeah, I'm just a little bit unsure if we've got the top in place or not here. And I've been looking at the different indices and we'll look at those too. And in most cases, if they make a new low through this particular point here, then they'll be in bearish mode at that point. So let's have a look at the DAX and a few of the others in this. So DAX, so it's pretty much the same, the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 here, and then we've got 1 and 2 here and 3 here. This can be an A and a B, and well, it's not a very good C wave to this point here, but the other way to count this is to, well, that's fine like that for the time being. So there can be another little 5 waves up here, but you know, if we make new lows below the current lows, let's go to a 15-minute chart, shall we? Okay, so this is the way I was sort of looking at it at the moment. Just squash this up a little bit. So from wave 4 here, we've got a nice clean wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave here. And then this all gets a little bit messy. Now, in the US markets, this across here we've labeled as a triangle for wave 4 here. In this case here, it could also be the same as well. I mean, but I won't get into that too much, but basically this could be a top in place here at wave 5 here, but we would need to see a move back down into below these lows here to confirm that. Okay, so it's a move below here and you could probably short that, but of course there'll be a bounce off the 10,000 as well that you'll need to accommodate. But yeah, as this stands at the moment, well, if it's under 10,000, then we're basically in short mode. So we've sort of been over that. Now, in terms of this being a wave 4 here, then we would be looking for 5 waves up. And we do have a little we have a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So I think that that's just the wave 1 so far for this one here, okay? And then an ABC back into this box here, which is on its way now to do that. The lower end is of 61.8%. So we could be looking at 10,120 for this. And then wave 3, 4 and 5 here to complete the top here. So that's what I was thinking. And if the market ends up below here and down here somewhere, then we know that it can be over, done and dusted at that point there, and then the wave count would change somewhat. In a lot of cases, in some cases, this is the actual top here, so it would pretty much pan out as wave 5 being in over here in most cases, and this sharp one being down was wave 1. But anyway, let's just see how we go. So until this low's taken out, expect higher ground. Okay, so you can drill in on this one here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get the ABC back, and if you start seeing strength in the third wave, at least you know what it is and where we'd be looking to go to from that point there. Okay. The AEX, it's a little bit weaker and can also have a top in play as well here. So from this wave 4 low down here, we're looking at, well, all of this is basically completing up here. The other side to this would be, see, currently that low here is on the 38.2 retracement level of the wave 4, which could be 1 lesser degree here. So really it's all sort of, it's okay at this stage. We've only got 3 waves down here. We don't have 5 waves down. If it was 3 waves, if it was 5 waves down, then it would be a bearish market. But we've only got 3 waves down. So, until this has been breached, then I think that we need to stay with the upside. This is an important, where are we here? Well, 50%. Yeah. Well, obviously, a market below the 444 basically as a retested resistance with where the support is over here. If this little pattern here doesn't have 5 waves up here, so if this low here gets sort of breached here, then this will become an ABC correction from here, and then we will see another move down into this sort of area through here, which would obviously start to give us 5 waves down at this point. So that's something that you can watch. So that low there is going to be important, but it's got to be breached on the cash market for that. So yeah, just still toying with tops and just can't confirm a downtrend here just yet. It's the same with France as well. The main point here, once again, we're looking for our 5 waves up, and we know we're close. And on the actual cash market, this high here was above this one here. It can be wave 5 of C or B on this high here, but we only have 3 waves down here. Okay, so if this market moves, through here, then, well, let's just say that if the 4650 becomes a retested resistance, then we've got a bear market then we're starting our move down from that point. But as it stands at the moment, as long as that low stays in place, then the market has potential to have another little move up. Not a big one, but both counts are valid, so we just got to wait and see. A nice little breach of this here would give us 5 waves down, and that would send us on our way down. So basically 5 waves down, which is what we were looking for, and we don't need to chase it because we'll get the kickback, from here, and then we can go from that point there and start to short from in that space. The other markets are pretty much the same as well. When we look at the Italian market here, once again, you can see here that's a little bit different here too. Like this is roughly the high here. So from wave 4 here, we're looking for wave 1 and 2 and 3. And I have to wonder if this is an A wave and a B wave and a C wave for wave 4 here. We've only got 3 waves up here, so I mean if that gets breached here, then you know that then this is 5 waves here, this is an ABC, so technically you could short here, but bear in mind there will be a bounce back up off the 22 here. So I think the safer bet is under the closest largest number as support. So I think that even though technically we can do that, let's just move that out of the way for a second and just use this one here. So once it's locked under here, then it's a little bit safer at that stage there. So yes, that nice sharp move off here and this 3-wave pattern here really sort of helps the Italian market sort of become sort of bearish. So a move under this low here would make that 3 waves up here. You can see that this is 5 waves down here. So we'll see, but it's just splitting hairs here a little bit. So you just need a little bit more information. And this is the same for the Spanish market as well here. It's possible to call a top in here at wave 5 here. But once again, I've got 3 waves down. It's looking bearish, but once again, I think that, let's just, because obviously there'll be, a bounce back off here. If we can get a 3-wave bounce here and we can confirm that, then we can look to short here. But otherwise, we'll look for some sort of failure retest here and then look to short from here. Let's get under the level here to do that. So yes, it could be a failed 5th wave here, not making a new high here, but at the same time we just need to be mindful that we don't get a wave 1 here and a wave 2 here and 3 and 4 and 5 here and get trapped. That's the main thing here. So we really want to be sort of under this level to really nail it down a little bit further. All right, well that's it really. So once again, we're getting a little bit closer to the top, and it's a bit of a brick and a rock and a hard place really, because we can't go long because we can see that the market is getting tired, but at the same time we can't just go short yet because we don't have we don't have confirmation that we have 5 waves down. We don't have a setup, which would be the ABC correction or the 10,000 in this case as the retested resistance. So, to get the timing right, that's what we're trying to achieve. We need certain things to fall in place, and they're not falling in place yet. So it's pointless having that exposure and being exposed to that risk without any sort of, without any knowledge being put into place. So we just have to wait here, and even though not everyone trades indices, it's also important for equity markets and also for currencies as well. Okay.